So next slide, please.
Mr. Chair, makasingit ang sandali. Correct me if I'm wrong, kung tama yung nakita ko kanina, yung design ng building can only withstand up to 4.4 magnitude ng earthquake.
8.4, sir. 8.4
8.4.
magnitude.
Okay.
Yes, sir. So next
Yeah.
slide, please.
Yes. Go forward.
Forward.
Yeah, okay. So these are the designs that you are following right now, no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And this is a 10 classroom building?
Yes, sir. I think that is 10. Yeah, two-story. Next.
Magkano yung presyo nito? USEC or ASEC of DepEd? Ito yung kasama sa menu earlier, no? This is the one, right?
Yes, opo. For the two-story 10 classroom building, it's between 3.4 million per square to 3.8 million per square. Or rather, sorry, per classroom.
Per classroom. Okay. And per square meter, that would be around 30,000 per square meter.
Between 32,400 square meters per square meter and 36,267. So between 32 to 36,000.
Yes, Senator Lauren.
Mr. Chair, just so that we're certain,
Yes.
apples to apples, this is already per square meter. The use of materials, the kind of cement, the kind of wood, ano kayang ginto ang ginagamit ng DPWH na halos doble? If it's 32 to 36,000 per square meter and the private sector, these are agencies of government. But perhaps, sino yung contractor na gumagawa ng 36,000 at sino yung contractor na gumagawa sa private sector ng 20,000? And we have to analyze that. We have to get to the bottom of it because maybe the ASICs and the USECs, both DPWH, DepEd, may not know the details of that. Baka give them the benefit of the doubt. Mas makapal ba ang semento? Nara ba ang wood? Ano ba ang ginagamit? LED na ilaw, mas mahal? I cannot imagine, Mr. Chair, for the life of me, almost double. So, the backlog in classrooms, it will be halved with the budgets that we have. Makakalahati po kung yung contractors ng pribadong sektor na donors nila ang gagawa. Di iban na natin yung mga 36,000 na yan kung meron palang halintulan sa quality po na 20,000.
That's
My take on that. Thanks.
yes, Senator Lauren. That's exactly where this committee is going to go, no? Kumbaga, gusto nating malaman nasaan ba talaga yung pagkakaiba, no? Nasaan? And during the TWG, we will require the different groups to submit all the way to cost of materials, cost of labor. Malalaman natin yan para makumpara natin. Baka naman yung semento po ninyo, kalahati lang yung presyo sa semento nila. No? Malalaman natin yan, di ba? And hopefully, we can move forward and really provide the best value for our students. Kasi tama po si Senator Lauren, kung magagawa natin to at 1.5 to 2 million, parang dumoble yung kaya nating mabuo na classroom, no? And I think this is something we can all get behind, no? Senator Marcoleta is here. Maybe in his committee, the Blue Ribbon, this can be further tackled. But right now, ang pinaka-intention natin is to get the best, to look for the best price for our students, no? Sa private sector, mamaya we'll go to the edges, iba-iba rin ang kanilang presyo at malalaman rin natin. Baka naman di rin ganun kalayo dito sa DPWH. But definitely, in the TWG, iisa-isahin natin to at malalaman rin natin. By the way, Yusek, ano ba yung prescribed margin of a contractor?
Actually, sir, nasa presentation ko yun eh.
Oh, sige, go ahead.
Can you, sir? Yes. So, next slide. So, sir, ilang perspective lang ito yung papakita namin. Just like the 3-story, 15 classroom, and then next, the 4-story. So, hanggang dito lang po, sir, yung pinakamataas na standard specification po natin ng DPWH pagdating sa school building.
Mr. Chair, makasing ka mabilis na ano.
Yes,
In
sir.
support dun sa sinabi ni Senator Lauren Legarda kanina. Yung pinakaiba nga ng kontrakto ninyo at kontrakto ng LGU, bakit mas mura yung kontrakto ng LGU? Pagdating sa kontrakto ninyo, kayo mas mahal at ano nga meron. So siguro mas maganda, tulad ng suggestion ni Senator Lauren, tanongin niyo siguro kung sino mga kontrakto ginagamit ng mga LGU na mas mura para yun na lang gamitin ninyo. para mas makamura pa tayo, mas papabilis pa yung construction ng building. Kasi sa inyo, umabot pa na up to 3 years. Samantala sa kanila, 7 months lang, maximum 1 year. Sa inyo, matagal na, mahal pa. Dito sa LGU, sa mga private sectors, mura na, mabilis pa. Meron pa kasamang toilet. Sa inyo, wala.
Mr. Chair, to
Go ahead,
add to
sige.
that, that's a good observation, Mr. Senator Tulfo. In addition to that, yung anim na school buildings na build ng Dumaguete, walang ano yan, iba-ibang contractor niyan, walang doble. So there's 6 different contractors, more or less the same price.
Prices.
So tama, pwede nang i-introduce sa iyo yung contractor na nag-contract sa amin, baka naman makabigay sila ng
Generally, Mayor, magkano ang margin ng mga contractors that you were able to get?
I think it's about 7 to 12%. I think that's a standard.
That's the standard, no? But in your case, baka naman nag-zero sila.
Di,
Or
sigurado ko
nag-donate sila, hindi naman.
hindi naman. Ang sigurado ko lang, ang pack namin, malinis. Walang patong sa mayor, wala kaming komisyon. Kaya nakakatipid ng ano.
Well,
This is what I can say for myself.
and later, we'll ask the NGOs also, baka naman kaya kayo nakakamura is kasi yung contractors ay hindi kumikita. Maybe they're donating their margins. So we'll find out. Malalaman mo natin. Sige po, Yusek, go ahead.
Okay, thank you, sir. Next slide, please. Next slide. So ito, sir, yung costing consideration ho ng DPWH. So, for the detailed architectural design plans, ito po yung mga standard natin, 7 by 9 meters ang isang classroom. And then, sa price of materials po, meron po kasing system sa DPWH na tinatawag natin construction materials price monitoring, na every quarter po ay ina-update po yun ng aming department for a certain areas. For example, for Region 1, iba po ang magiging presyo niya doon sa ibang regions based on their vicinity. So every quarter po ina-update namin yan, yung mga semento, baka lahat po ng mga materialis na gagamitin doon sa school building.
Yusek, yung presyo ng materials ninyo versus market price, kano kayo kalayo?
Sir yan we are going through a process, nagkakanvas po yung ating mga district engineers and then binabalidate po ng regional office. So, more or less, sir, pareho lang siguro yan eh.
Sige, kasi gusto nating malaman yon. So for example, sa Dumaguete, no? Ito, mayroon tayong data talaga. I know that you have built classrooms also in Dumaguete City. Makita natin, makompara natin. Because kung pareho yung price of material ninyo at pareho naman yung probably labor cost at standardized naman yung contractor's margin, saan nagkakaroon ng pagkakaiba sa presyo na 30 to 40% ang pinagkaiba? Yusek?
Yes, sir. May I continue, sir?
Yes, go ahead. Sige.
Now, likewise for the labor cost, we are updating it every quarterly. Base po doon sa DOLE labor rates for every region. So quarterly po, pag nag-issue yung DOLE, ina-update po namin. And then also the equipment rate. Kung kailangan ng equipment, we are based po kami doon sa 26 edition ng ASEL rate. Standard po yan na ginagamit ng lahat ng mga implementing offices. Next slide. So ito, sir, yung apart from the direct cost, ito po talaga yung napapadagdag which is legally deducted, added to sa cost ng ating school building. Ito po yung tinatawag natin na indirect cost, which is the overhead contingencies and miscellaneous. Approximately mga 12% po ng estimated direct cost yan for projects above 5 million up to 15 million. Kung ang project po natin is within that range, 12% po yung ating OCM kung tawagin. And then the contractor's profit, pag more than 5 million, it's only 8% po yung margin po ng contractor. And then but, I think ang BAT ngayon is 12% po nagtaas po sila. And then we are also deducting the engineering and administrative overhead. Normally po 0.5 po kami ng DepEd. So yun po. So next slide please. So ito po yung mga factors that may affect po the cost po ng actual implementation ng school building. So based po doon sa ating parameters na diniscuss ko kanina, we are also conducting the soil boring test to determine the capability of the soil to carry the structure. So magdedepende po talaga yung foundation natin sa design foundation design based on the result of the geotechnical investigation. So malaking factor po yan kasi pagka malambot talaga yung lupa, we will need siguro mga mat foundation based po doon sa mga design po natin. Minsan po mayroong kailangan pong itaas natin doon sa ating sinasabi natin kanina na 0.4 above the flood level. Minsan po may mga area talaga na matataas, itinataas pa natin kasi nagbabaha. Meron po mga adjustment po na ganyan. Yes.
Yung soil test, ang gumagawa ba DPWH o sa Bureau of Soils ng DA? At hindi ba nakabaon na yun sa budget nila? Kailangan pa nyo silang bayaran? Just for that, Mr. Chair.
Please respond.
Mr. Chair, usually po DepEd talaga ang gagawa noon. Pero meron po kaming arrangement ngayon sa 2025, mag-download po sila ng pang-soil test po nila dito sa amin.
Yung soil test ba kasama na yun dun sa cost of the building?
Hindi po.
Hindi pa. So iba pa yun. So that's
Sir.
not a reason why
Yes.
mataas yung presyo ng building natin, no? Hindi yun yung reason. Kasi iba yung pondong yun, no? Okay. Senator Pangilinan?
Are you saying what you're doing here, the private sector does not do? Yeah, I just want that clarified.
We don't know, sir.
Well, that's
Don't
what
po.
maybe we should be able to present, because you're defending your budget
Yes, sir.
and you're defending it against a lower budget. So maybe it should be part of your presentation to compare it with the lower budget and defend it. Di ba?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, go ahead.
Ano yung soil test being done by DepEd? Meron ba silang expertise para mag-conduct ng soil testing?
Sir, pinapabid out din po nila yun.
Okay.
Yes.
But that's a separate allocation.
Yes.
It's a separate allocation.
Mhm.
Sige, Yusek, go ahead.
May I continue, sir? Minsan naman po re-request sila ng other amenities, not amenities, other structures. For example, merong gusto nila magpalagay na rin ng solar panel kasi kailangan din naman talaga doon sa mga lugar. Opo. Minsan may water tank, may mga ganun po silang mga request or additional comfort room.
But Yusek, hindi yan kasama dun sa costing na pinakita ng DepEd.
Hindi
Yung
po.
mga dagdag.
Hindi po.
Let's just keep it to the basic, no? Kasi we're looking at bakit yung basic cost nito at basic cost ng LGU ay magkaiba. No? Sige po.
I think, sir, that is my presentation po. Tapos na po.
Mr. Chairman, a quick question lang, very quick question based on an earlier interjection by Senator Win. If the matching by the DBM and the LGU of 50-50 plus the PPP as a policy worked, why did DepEd and DPWH change it? Why was it changed? Why was it not continued? Would anyone with institutional memory help explain?
Go ahead, Yusek.
The counterparting agreement really was a good practice before, but in the change of administration, this was not considered. And at the same time, all other LGUs which do not have the capacity to do the counterparting is a sort of like discriminating.
Dehado sila.
Dehado po
Oo.
sila. And the idea at that time is really 50-50. What the LGU can provide, tatapatan ng DepEd. And that's a good practice. And even there was a principal led at that time in terms of construction. The PSIP 1 and 2, which was initiated sometime in 2013, implemented up until this time, binabayaran po namin. This is also one thing which is a good practice. And that's why the department is already initiating another PPP for the additional 105 classrooms up to 2028.
Did they explain why they decided not to continue?
There was no, well, I do not know of any reason, Mr. Chair, on why it was stopped. But
You're saying both were good policies.
yes, sir. Yes, sir. We
And
consider
therefore, just going back to the same, diba? Going back to that policy and will help address the challenges of your backlog, right?
yes,
I
Mr.
mean,
Chair.
if it's not broken, why fix it, diba? But apparently, others saw it differently.
That's
For whatever reason.
well, the reasons that we do not know, Mr. Chair. But of course, again, there is also a provision kasi at that time that all of the projects, school building programs, as provided for in Taga, should be under DPWH.
Ilang years na yan, Yusek? Ilang years na yung
It
policy?
started in 2018, I think. 2018, yes, ako. And even up to this time, in 2025 GAA, what is being left in the department is only the school furniture.